SC Trail, man, you already know the deal.
Yeah. Let me talk to you for a minute. Hey. Excuse me. Come here for a minute. Come here real quick. Yeah. I see you. Y'all at you real fast. Yo, if you don't have any plans this weekend, I'm thinking we should link up. I got some good smoke and some bottles we could drink up. What up, my guy?
What's going on with you, man?
Ain't nothing to it.
Glad to see you again, bro. How you been?
Man, I've been cooling, man. You know, active, you know.
New album on the way?
Yeah, dropping on the 20th.
Okay. What's the name of it?
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood. Okay. You know what? Before we get into that, where did the name Bo Peep come from?
Man, some childhood shit,
Yeah,
you know.
okay.
You know, I always ran around with older cats, so just an older friend of mine, man, start calling me Bo Peep, because I always paid attention to everything. Back then they called it, you know, man, you really be peeping shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just, you know, I just took it and ran with it.
Bo Peep, everything that need to be peeped.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay.
Be on top of it. Be on top of it.
Got you. Then it's just something that kind of stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right, so now you said that the name of the album is what again?
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood. Okay. Where does that stem from?
I mean, pretty much, you know, unity, camaraderie, you know what I mean? You know, coming up, I ran with a band of brothers, you know what I mean? So I'm real big on brotherhood, man, camaraderie, you know, unity type shit.
Right. As you should be, man. It's hard, you know. We need more of that, you know, especially now today.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to go with that now, because just like you said, man, if we ain't never needed it before, we need it now. Like, you know, we need it now.
Yeah. So is that the general substance of the album?
Yeah, pretty much, man. It's kind of all over the place a little bit, but I think that's the meat of it.
I listen to it, you know. I listen to it. I listened to it about a good 2 times all the way through, and then I have like 1 or 2 songs that, you know, like I go back to often or whatnot, you know. And first of all, really great project. I like the way that you guys tied it in together. My brother has a project called Melanin Sons.
Right.
And I, you know, like I had this conversation with him. I think I had the conversation with you as well, but I could tell that you guys have like kind of like the same upbringing, and you know, like because it feels like this album and his album are the same story, but just from different perspectives.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, Iz stayed on my block, man. I've been knowing Iz ever since he was a pup.
All right, cool.
Okay.
See, Iz is one of my OGs, so you triple OG out this motherfucker right now.
I guess so.
Okay. You know what? Tell me this. What was it like growing up in Wichita with the hip hop scene, like, you know, back then, and, you know, like in the early 90s, or, you know, was there like an independent music scene back then?
It was a music scene back in the 90s, but man, it was very few people, you know, doing it. You know what I'm saying?
There are any names that you could think of on top?
My guys P-Boy and G-Pop, Tony McGee, Rue,
Okay.
Tony McGee, SWAT.
Okay.
You ever heard of a group called SWAT Change and them?
I think I have. They used to record with a Big Face, right?
No, this was way before Big Face.
Okay.
You know, man, even me and J Mac, you know what I'm saying? We was getting down in the '90s. You know, me and J Mac, we started really fucking around together.
See, you know, like I think that stuff like that is important, man. I think that we have to know the history of the culture in the city if we want to be able to push it forward. You know, we got to know where we came from, and, you know, what we did wrong in the past. And, you know, like I don't think that a lot of people understand it like that, which is, you know, like another reason why I value that album, your album and Iz's albums so much, because it's like it's grown men reflecting on what they've done and how they've changed.
Exactly.
You know,
and it wasn't, you know, it wasn't really easily accessible back then. You didn't really have that many outlets or that many avenues, man. You know, it took a little bit of change to put project together.
Man, I believe it, man. Because back then everything was real to real, and you didn't have, like easy, like you said, easily accessible stuff like this, man. Like, my first time recording, I was just telling this to somebody earlier. It was about 2004, man, and I went to Radio Shack. I grabbed a little microphone from there. I put the, like a washcloth around it or whatever, tied the rubber band on it. Man, and I was good to go from there, And it was like, I'm pretty sure for you at that same time, like when you were 14 or 15, it wasn't as easy for you.
Nah.
So what were some of your outlets back then without, getting into too much or whatnot? But
outlets as far as what?
As far as just releasing your creativity, releasing your stress or what, because this right here now, for me personally, is very therapeutic, man. If I feel stressed, I come up to the studio.
Oh, man, we was in the sports, real tough, Cribs got us all in the sports, man. Shit, we was breaking, we had breaking groups, popping and breaking and shit, you know what I'm saying? Bikes, we rolled it, it wasn't nothing to see about 20, 30 little niggas riding bikes. You know what I'm saying?
We still have stuff like that now, man, because now it's all about, it's about the gunplay and who got the best weed. Or,
See, back then it was just fighting. You just had to know how to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. And you look like you used to knock a few of them out every now and then.
Man, I done got a little older now, so I done lost a step or two. But
I feel it. You know what, man? It's muscle memory, man.
You know it.
Hey, look, I did it one time. I could do it again.
Right.
Man. So, all right. So we probably should have started off with this, man. This show is called 4 Laws. Give me your 4 laws.
4 laws as far as what? Like what you kind of live by, like.
Exactly. So things that you live by, things that that are true to you, like, and it's something that I do on a regular basis.
Man, it's a lot, but to just try to narrow it down to 4, I would have to say, loyalty, love, respect, and accountability. Standing on your word. You know what I'm saying?
Accountability. That's my favorite one right there. That's my favorite one. Because a lot of people lack that.
Right.
Do you think that this album has your 4 laws embedded in it?
Yeah, it does, man. And a lot of honesty. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And, this time I wanted to just show a little bit more range because, I'm from the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I always talk about street shit, kind of like mob music. And and it's still that in it. But I wanted to just broaden the horizon a little bit, man. Broaden the subject matter, put a little bit more substance in it. And probably, gain a wider audience of people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just show some range,
Exactly.
And like I say, have some shit of substance, man. Kind of be on current events, like what's going on in the world, man. Try to raise some awareness about what's going on in the world, because, using this voice, using it as a tool to really just, raise awareness. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Do you get that out of obligation, or is that something that's natural to you?
I feel like it's natural, but I also feel like it's part of my duty, part of my purpose. They say 2 of the best days of your life, man, is the day you born and the day you figure out why you was born, which is your purpose. So I feel like it's my duty, man, to share, to help.
Absolutely.
To uplift, to empower. You know what I'm saying? I just feel
absolutely.
Like, so it's obligation and it's just it's out of love, out from the heart. So it's a little bit of both.
Man, because I felt that in the album. I'm listening to it and I'm like, okay, this is a man that's been through something and he's watching other people go down that path and he wants to try to stop it. So that's what made me ask you: is it out of obligation or is that something that's natural, man? Because you ever watch Snowfall?
Man, I done started watching it, but I didn't finish. Man, I ain't really a TV watcher,
I just binge watched the hell out of Snowfall. I watched all 4 seasons in like a good 2 or 3 days, and I'm not proud of that. I'm actually ashamed, man, because I wasted so much time watching that shit. But, just watching it, man, I'm looking at it, I'm like, these niggas is, so it's based in the early 80s and the, pre-crack epidemic and, how it was brought in and everything.
Like the CIA and Ricky Ross.
Right.
See, that's the era I grew up in.
Exactly.
I mean?
So that's why, we here with it. So I'm watching that and I'm like, fuck, I could not put that much dope into the streets, get that rich and not, like, try to give back, give something back, and then it's like a true honesty giving back and not just out of obligation or guilt or anything like that, you know. So that's something that I heard from the album, you know, like, and I thought about that multiple times while I was watching that show, man, because them niggas was making money, but they was selling a lot of poison,
man,
a lot of poison.
And you know, my mom used to always say, if you make a mess, clean it up.
Right.
So like you said, you might dump all that poison in the hood, you know, but you try to turn around and try to level that equation back out and do something right. Try to help somebody cleaning up that mess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I had a lot to do, you know, with the gang culture around here in Wichita, man, and I'm not proud of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at a point now where I can try to help clean up the mess that I helped make. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, of course, of course. So, let me ask you this, man, because I feel two ways about gang culture. I love it and I'm proud of it. You know, what it was supposed to be and what it was initially, you know, versus now it's like, you know, like, of course, I stay away from it. I've never been in a gang. I've never been affiliated. I know a lot of people, but, you know, I've never been a part of that because I see where it is now. When you started out here, you know, whatever the case, what was the intentions, you know, like, not of you, but just as the, you know, like, of the unit?
Well,
you know?
Brotherhood.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think it was Brotherhood. I also think it was just like an unconscious way of us getting back to our roots, like tribal type shit. Okay. Unconsciously, we was following that. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing what we was really doing, because I mean, looking at it and looking at a lot of shit that we was doing, it was some dumb ass shit. It was stupid. I'm almost ashamed that I was a part of some shit like that. But then at the same time, I loved it too because of the brotherhood, the camaraderie. And like I say, I think unconsciously we was just trying to get back to our roots that we were stripped from. You know, but that's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying?
We can have all of that conversation, right? You know, because like you said, it was based off of Brotherhood, and the album is called Brotherhood, and you know, that's what I hear and that's what I feel when I listen to the album. And then, you know, like, even when I talk to people who know you and who have known you or whatnot, like, and they talk about the growth and they talk about, you know, the legacy and everything like that, is, you know, it's really surreal, man. It's really surreal because it's like, I'm the type of person, I value my relationships with older cats. Yeah. Because you know, like, I know for a fact that y'all have been through something, something that I haven't gone through yet, and you can teach me things that I wouldn't even, you know. Exactly. And you know, like, and vice versa, I could teach you things about, you know, about how the younger cats are moving or whatnot, you know. Exactly. So it's like we have to value each other in that and bring forth that brotherhood, you know. Exactly. Bouncing off of that question, do you think that the gang culture could ever go back to how it was and how it's supposed to be?
As far as what, like, you know, being productive with it, you know what I'm saying? I think it can. Okay. I think it can. I think slowly but surely it's getting back to that. You know, I mean, I'm cool with dudes now that we used to be at each other's throat. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how things evolve because we grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Mamas know each other, families know each other. Then we turn around and we at each other's neck. At some point. And then, you know, we go through so much and it come back around full circle to where we was once trying to take each other head off. Now we straight. You know what I'm saying? We can be in the same buildings together. I think a lot of people want more than what we getting right now out of life. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people's tired. A lot of people's dissatisfied. You know, a lot of people's ready for something to give, man, you know? There's
a collective consciousness, and but my brother man, he calls it he either calls it the Jesus consciousness or the Christ-like consciousness. And I feel like we're getting to that point, and you know, that's why we have albums like Melanin Sun and Brotherhood that tell similar stories but from different perspectives and different vibes. You know, like how you said yours is more mob based or whatnot, you know, like, and you get that bop from it or whatever, but you still get that wisdom and that encouragement to, you know, grow further and do more.
It's like a hybrid. Exactly. I wanted to blend all that together. Yeah.
When did that hit home for you? When did you, you know, look out at everything and say, I want more, so let me go start these businesses and let me, you know, make my music?
Man, I'm glad you asked that, man. I went to the federal penitentiary when I was 19. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Stayed in there for about 5-6 years, got out, stayed out 6 years, went back. for another 6 years. I done gave them people 11 years in federal prison. So I get out this last time, and while I was in there, man, it was just like a wake-up call, man. I mean, they sent the motherfucker thousands of miles away from home, you know what I'm saying, in some dangerous ass spots, man. I seen brothers get fucked off for a little bit of nothing, and it just ain't no place to be, man. It's just a miserable ass place, you know. So I get out with nothing. I ain't got nothing, you know. I'm a felon, you know what I'm saying, couple time felon. Can't get no damn job. I even went to I went to a technical college, got a degree in HVAC, got all my shit. Then I'm asking motherfuckers for jobs and shit. Every time I try to get a job, I got all the credentials, but I can't get no job because of my criminal history. Right. I was like, man, fuck that. I'm finna create my own job. I got all my HVAC shit. I don't even use it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I might use it as a side hustle here and there, but I started other businesses because I was tired of asking people for jobs and getting that door shut in my face.
How many businesses do you have?
I got about 3 businesses right now.
Okay. You know? Do you care to divulge those or?
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind. I got a line service. You know, I've been doing that for about 4 years. Okay. You know, contracted with the city of Wichita, and then I got numerous residential customers and commercial customers. Dope. I also got a janitorial service where I go in, clean commercial businesses after hours, sometimes during hours too. Right. Then I got a dog kennel where I breed these cane corsos, Italian mastiffs, you know. And hell, shit, this a business too, you know, this music thing.
Exactly.
I take that same concept of hustling in the streets and applied it to, you know, some legal shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that song, man. You can get a bankroll without working your wrist. You know, you can still get money without breaking no laws. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You just got to put the hustle in. So I use that same concept, man. Just hustling. Have a few irons in the fire, you know?
Okay. How long have you been working for yourself?
Like I say, I think I've been in business now for myself about good 5 years.
Good 5 years? Okay. Which is great, man. Which is great because we have very few black-owned businesses here. And the ones that we do is like, it's very few. So it's, you know, like it's always good and a blessing to see other people doing more and providing opportunity for their people. You know? Man, look, that's something I love and that's something I admire, man. I wish that there were more people that was like that. Yeah. What do you think outside of you know, going into the system and, you know, not being allowed to work anywhere? What do you think made you say I need to work independently though?
Because I mean, I think, you know, the best way to get ahead in this life or in this world or in this country, man, you have to work for yourself, pay yourself, you know, to get up out that rat race where they only keep you stuck while, you know, you work so hard all your life. Yeah, make them rich. You know, the best thing you can do, man, is just go to work for yourself, pay yourself. You know what I mean?
Do you have any kids?
Yeah.
All right.
I got 10.
You're passing them?
Kids.
10?
Yeah.
Okay, my man.
But shit, man, most of my kids grown. How old are you, bro?
I'll be 31 this summer.
Man, yeah, I got a son older than you.
Here I am thinking that you like big bro age. Damn,
but I started young, though. I had my first son at 14.
Okay. That's very young, man. That's that's when you think about kids raising kids. Yeah. You know, because when I was 14, I swore I was a man. Yeah. When I was 19, 20, I swore I was a man. Now that I'm at 30, I'm looking at 25-year-olds like, yo, you still kids. Like I was still a kid at 25, you know. Mentally, I wasn't, you know.
You know, we grow from the womb to the tomb. You gonna realize that you still ain't, you know what I'm saying? Fact. Shit, where I'm at, I'm still learning myself. I'm still learning a lot of things about myself, man, because you continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? You continue to evolve, so. You know,
how does it feel to be able to pass these type of gems down to your kids? Like, you know, like I'm working for myself. I have multiple businesses. I lived this way up until this point, and then I made that change in my life. How does it feel to be able to pass those type of gems down to your kids?
Man, I love it, man. It's motivation. It's what motivates me. You know, my sons work with me. You
Okay.
know, one of my sons, he's with me on everything
Dope.
I do. We get up 6 in the morning and we damn near ain't done till about 6, 7 at night every day. Me and him. You know, and like I say, I started having kids early, so. And I like to say I got like 2 different waves of kids because I got a grown set and then I got some. And you know, I didn't really get it right with the first set. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'll keep it 100. I failed as a father. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, hell, they was growing up with me. You know, but you know now it ain't never too late to make it right. So now, man.
So is it fair to say that you failed there?
No, because I didn't stop there.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
at that moment,
right.
but yeah,
absolutely. You know what, man? I be hard on my dad sometimes, man. They be like, "Oh, you wasn't there. You know." They're like, "Stop bitching."
Right.
Like, you know, he was going through his shit.
Right.
Man, you know?
Exactly.
So it's like I'm glad that I can understand that, and you know, hopefully I can, you know, be there for my kids and everything like that, so that they don't have to, you know, have to feel that. But like I said, man, having older homies, man, having niggas like you, C, Is, Mo, you know, just like all the OGs I know, man, y'all like really instill like, you know, like a sense of value in me. Did you have any, you know, like anybody growing up like that for you outside of, you know, your crew? And
yeah, man, I had a lot of people that I could look up to. I mean, like everybody I pretty much ran with was a lot older than I was. You know what I'm saying? So as a youngster, I was advanced. Yeah, I was real advanced as a youngster. You know, like way before my time. You know what I'm saying? I was off the porch super early.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Do you ever regret that? Like, damn, I wish I would have chilled out a little bit more and lived life this.
Sometimes I do, but then at the same time, I'm like, man, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to be, and who I'm supposed to be.
Right.
Now, a lot of the regrets come from, man, you know, I was cold in sports. You know what I'm saying? I really could have made something happen with that.
One of your sons is on your heels in sports right now, ain't he? Like,
it's a couple. I got a couple of them, but I got one that's coming up now. He's a freshman over at Derby doing his thing. One's still in college now doing their thing. I got 3 sons that done graduated college already. They got college degrees. To me, that's a major accomplishment for me. I like to share that with people. Yeah, I'm proud of my sons. But yeah, if it's any type of regrets, I'll be like, man, maybe if I would have made different decisions, you know what I'm saying, I could have really been able to put my people on. Because like one thing that drives me the most, man, I want to just do so much for my people, man. You know, I love making my people happy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm the exact same way, man. There's nothing about, like, you know, when I was 13, I went in and got a job so I could help my mom out with bills and whatnot, you know. And then I would just start to buy stuff for my sisters, buy stuff for my mom, and you know, it was, you know, it was a very fulfilling moment for me, you know. What's, you know what, completely off of that, who were some of your inspirations in music? Let's go back to music for a second. Who are some of your inspirations?
Early on?
Yeah.
Like man, like I'm gonna say early on, I'm gonna go with like Run DMC, Houdini, LL.
Not to do this. Give me a time frame of when you were born so I can fully understand the age range.
Because I was gonna take you through some different eras. Now, I was born in 1975.
Okay. Right.
So the early 80s. So yeah, when LL and them, like Slick Rick, Biz Markie, Houdini, but like Slick Rick, LL, Houdini. First, that's what I was first getting on. Then when NWA and them came out, man, you know, it turned the nigga all over. That NWA and them turned the nigga up. Then Death Row and Snoop and the Chronic album and all that, man. That shit, that's the type of shit that made me want to start really, really rapping and taking it serious.
The Chronic. All right, so can you tell me about how it felt out here when the Chronic hit? You know, because I had this conversation with, I think it was Mo. He was like, niggas turned up.
But it was already turned up. It was already turned up.
Okay.
It seemed like they was telling our story. You know, like when the movie Menace to Society came out. Like, man, it was like they was so spot on to the type of shit we was doing and how we was living. We thought they was telling our story. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what's crazy, man? It's like growing up, my mom, she was a traveling nurse, so it's like we moved around a lot. You know, every few years we would move, and like within those same cities, I'm moving school to school every year. So seeing a lot of things, met a lot of people. One thing I realized, bro, is like no matter how far away we are from each other, we're all the same.
Yeah.
We are all the same. So it's like I never understood, like even here or whatever, it's like you'll hop online and see like niggas like, nah, it's north side, them east side niggas is weirdos. Like, bro, we are literally divided by Kellogg.
Yeah.
So it's like how what's the difference? Like although there is a slight difference, but it's like what's the major difference though? So it's like we're all telling the same story, like, and that's what even made me ask you about the music that you listen to, because it's like I feel like especially as kids we're easily impressionable, so they put a certain style of music on us, and 9 times out of 10 we're going to live the life that the music that we're listening to.
Right, mental programming.
Exactly.
That's what I was going to say about the separation as far as the geographical locations and the size of town and shit that's that mental programming that creates separation, that whole divide and conquer method.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of reading when you was locked up?
Man, that's when I finally first started reading. When I got there, you know that saying, best way to put something from a nigga is put it in a book.
Yeah,
nigga, that was true for me.
Facts.
I never read a book from front to cover until I got to the joint. Okay. And I realized I liked reading. Yeah. I liked it. So once I started out with that smut type of shit, urban novels, Donald Goines books and Iceberg Slim, shit like that. And it just got me in the mold of reading. But after you start reading that shit, if you done read one, you done read them all. It starts to become like the same story.
Exactly.
So then I started getting into a lot of self-help. I would build with the Muslim brothers. I would build with Christian brothers. I got to a point where I damn near wanted to be a knower of all things. I wanted to just kind of dib and dabble in a lot of it.
I tell myself that often. It's like I'm the knower of all, or no, I say the seer of all things. Right. Because I see how Muslim texts will correlate to Christian texts. It's like not too many people are open enough to understand that.
It's basically saying the same thing. It's like you take the number 7 for instance. All right, you've been taught 4 + 3 7. I've been taught 5 + 2 7. But we gonna sit here and argue all motherfucking day that my way of getting to 7 is right, but both of them right. We both saying the same. Exactly. Just like if people talk about God, if God is so powerful and all-knowing, why is it only one avenue to get to such a powerful energy source? But I don't like to really talk religion or all that.
Is that because when you do, other people get so defensive about it?
Yeah, and it can turn into a lot of shit. Like I say, man, I done seen shit happen. I don't know if we should be able to get a check for that PTSD or not, man, because
we should.
Motherfucker done seen so much shit, so I'll be like, all right, I know where this can lead to.
So it's a few things that like you'll stay away from, like religion and politics
shit like that. Because everybody's entitled to their opinion, man, and it's all based on an outlook, and you can't. I don't try to tell nobody they wrong for what they believe in or how they see things, because to a degree everybody's right in how they feel. If it works for you, it works for you. Right. Who am I to tell you that what you believe in ain't right? You know what I'm saying? So that's not that ain't how I rock and roll.
Yeah, nah, man. I'm the same way, man, because I grew up Christian, man, and by the time I got into high school, I just started to question everything, and I always have, but I became more vocal about it, Right. Luckily, I was in a place where my parents, man, they kind of started to see what I was seeing, and then, did
so
the
you
research.
woke them up.
Low key.
That's what's up, though. That's cool.
And I'm not going, I can't really say that to them, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, but at the same time or whatnot, it's like they started to find other things, and now, they're hipping me to the information or whatnot, so that, like that's how it's supposed to be. We're supposed to share and spread information.
Exactly, and that's a wise person, man, to be able to adapt and change your mind when you've been presented with some evidence and some truth that kind of comes through and wipes everything you done believed in and proved it wrong. And if you wise enough to be able to switch gears and change your mind, it's a blessing. Because some people stuck. They can see the truth right here, but don't want to buck it because it overrides what they've been standing on for so long. That pride.
You know what, man? I went through a point. I went through a point where I denounced everything. I'm like, none of this is real.
Right.
The only thing that's real is God. Everything else is man-made. So now, let me go through these different texts and these, historical periods, and let me piece these together how it's supposed to be, or what works best for me.
Exactly.
So that's where I am with it now.
That's pretty much where I'm at with it too. Not to cut you off.
No. You good? Because I get those vibes from you. So that's how I know that I can have these type of conversations with you. Because it's like you didn't say these things in the album, but hearing it or whatever, it's like I could talk to this man about this. Because like I said, man, the OGs are so valuable, man. Speaking of OGs, your kids. Do they like see what you've done in the city and say, yo, that's my dad, I'm proud of that? And, it's like, because when you bring up your name around certain people, man, their eyes will light up like, oh, that's my man, I love that nigga, Seeing that as a kid, especially in your dad, man, that's something powerful.
Yeah, and I believe my sons are very proud of me, and also seeing my transgressions and seeing my my downfalls. Right. They also learn from that.
Exactly.
And didn't want to repeat that too. So that helped them, because sometimes they can either follow in them footsteps or they can see that shit and don't want nothing to do with it. And my sons didn't follow that path because they seen me go through it. Yeah,
that's good. But they fans of your music, or?
Yeah, they fuck with it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You don't make old head music. I'm gonna tell you that.
You don't think so?
Nah. Like I think it's on brand with who you are and what I see and what I hear when I talk to you. It's like an older cat who's influenced by the West Coast.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Yeah. I can go with
that's
that.
what I hear. Like that's why I was so shocked when you said, you was born in the 70s. I'm like, nah, man, this man sound like he about Nipsey age or something like that, because it's that same vibe, you know.
I appreciate it. I take that.
Nah, man, that's all love, man. Look, man.
But one of my sons is on the album with me.
Okay.
On that Authentic.
Okay. Which one?
Darion. You know Darion?
Okay.
Darion Darnell. He been doing his thing.
The song that you talked about.
He active.
What is your favorite song on the project?
Man, I'll be switching from song to song. Like 1 minute it be this one, 1 minute it be that one. But I really like that Need Your Body, because I feel like it's more commercial.
Yeah.
I ain't never really made no songs, like for the ladies. I always been talking shit about them, going hard. If I do talk about women, I'm talking shit.
My favorite joint, bro, because it's like you was talking shit, but you was praising her at the same time. It's like, you don't be doing all that bickering. I be on the phone arguing like, yo. Yeah. See, like that's that shit that resonates.
Right,
man.
right.
I fell in love with that song.
Yeah,
man. That joint's a gem.
That's one of them. I really like that Where I'm From.
Okay.
A lot. Eva Destruction.
Eva Destruction is hard. Okay.
But if I just really gotta pick one, it'll be The Bigger Picture though.
Okay.
You know which one I'm talking about?
What about that stands out to you? Was it something that you said in your verses, or?
Yeah, and just I think it really give a brother something to really think about. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
About a lot of the decisions we done made.
Right.
And then when I highlight, these white supremacist groups and they plan and what they was putting down, and for a brother to know that how you out here moving is fueling white supremacy, basically.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
what I'm saying? The shit that we do to each other is basically fueling that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So, all right, so bouncing off of that question, where do you stand on Black Lives Matter?
I believe Black Lives Matter, but who's responsible for even putting that together? You know what I'm saying? I don't even know who that is or what their agenda of that is. But the words themselves, Black Lives Matter. Hell yeah, Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying?
You know what, man? Because what you just said, the way that we as black men move, but basically propels the systematic oppression.
Exactly.
It kind of reminded me of Black Lives don't matter until they matter to Black lives.
Right.
So and I'm not gonna say I'm on that side, but I'm on that side. You know what? Fuck it. I am. You know? So it's like a lot of people are against that, and I wanted to see how you felt about it. You know,
Against say that again. What you just said?
Black lives don't matter until they matter to Black lives.
Yeah, nah. Because how can you expect, anybody else to respect us if we don't respect us? You know what I'm saying? If you don't love yourself, how can you expect somebody else to love you? You know what I'm saying? How we gonna holler and scream about how anybody else is carrying us, but we treat each other worse than anybody? You know what I'm saying? And that don't make it okay for nobody else to do it. But yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, and that's why, moments like this are are so important. And not even this moment as in for laws, but just, brotherhood and everything that it stands for and everything that it, embodies. Because it's like, we're supposed to be able to have these type of conversations, even without the camera or the mic, Because the first time I met you, we actually had a long conversation that was just like this.
Right.
So like, it would have been perfect if the camera was going. But it's like, you have to be able to look at other Black men and help them build, and but instead we mug each other still for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, look at each other as a threat, man.
Yeah.
It's, like I always say, man, and I don't like to play no blame game or point no fingers, but
because
man, our mental has just been fucked up, man.
Yeah.
We've been brainwashed, and I ain't gonna say brainwashed because we need a brainwash, and we've been brain contaminated. You know what I mean?
Facts. It's a big difference in the two. All right, man. So, any last notes on the album and what it means to you and why you want other people to check it out? Or
for me, man, I think it was like a transition phase for me. You know what I'm saying? A growth for me, a way to try to right some of my wrongs, and to uplift, you know what I'm saying? And listen to some dope-ass music, man. Some bomb-ass beats, some good music, man. Just to get the conversations going, man. Just to get the brain cells flowing. You know what I'm saying? Getting people to think about different type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Are there any key producers or artists on that album that we should watch out for or anything?
Oh, man. SC Trill all the way through that motherfucker.
SC Trill. Big shout out to Trill.
Yeah. My homeboy Dark Side, Sodaline.
Okay. I've heard that name. I never linked up with him.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Dark Side.
Them is my go-to. Okay. Every time I really don't get no beats with anybody else. I fuck with Young Snipe sometimes.
Okay.
As far as features, man.
Young Snipe is somebody from here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going to need to tap in with him.
Then my partner, Cray LaShine, man. That's who I go to for the hook. Hooks.
Yeah.
Miles Murray on there.
Okay.
Lacing them hooks.
That's, Zephyrus?
Yeah.
Zephyrus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I just met him the other day at After Dark, man. That boy got pipes on him.
Yeah. He
got crazy voice.
And then, of course, my son.
Okay.
I didn't have a lot of features on this one. My last joint, it was features all through that motherfucker.
Okay.
But on this one, Trill featured on the joint. Foxy B, she on the joint.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it, man.
All right, then the whole joint was done here at Mixed Down?
Yeah, I did.
This one and the old one, right?
Yeah.
You was at the old one?
This album all was done here.
Okay.
The first one was all at the old one.
Okay.
I recorded a couple joints down there at Trill's them joint. What's that, the Hit Factory?
Yeah. Big shout out to Trill, man. He's doing great things over there, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it, man. You know what? He's a solid guy too, man. Me and him had a similar conversation, one day completely off mic and everything. I asked him a few of the same questions I asked you about, being obligated, and he said some wild shit, man. He said, if the youngest want it, then yes, but, I'm not about to
force it on them.
Force it, like anything over on a hard headed, So it's like, and that was well said for
and that's kind of where I'm at with that too. Like, I don't try to force nothing on nobody.
Yeah.
Cause I know when I was a youngster, if I didn't want to hear that, I didn't want to hear that shit.
Exactly.
So I don't force nothing on them. All I tell them, all right, just make sure you can stand up under it though.
Yeah.
When they get on your ass, I ain't gonna tell you shit. Go on and go through what you're going through, but go over there and do it.
Do it over there. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And whenever you go through, you handle it. Whatever you get yourself out of, you get into, you get yourself out of it. You know,
and that's and that's a good thing because sometimes doing it like that will make you stronger. It'll make you a little bit smarter. It makes you a better critical thinker. And then other times it just feels ignorant because it's like, all right, like if I got this OG over here, he telling me what's about to happen. Why do I have to go experience it for myself? So it's like, you know, I'm in the middle with it, man. But, you know, man, everybody live your life and live your life in the best way possible to you. All right, last thing, man. Last thing, and this one is of a surprise, man. 5 of your favorite albums of all time.
Okay, yeah. Of course, Chronic. That's Snoop's Doggy Style. Victory Lap. This last joint by Nas, King's Disease.
That joint was good. You know what, bro? I have to go back and play that. I listened to it like 2 or 3 times, man. I gotta go back to it.
Yeah, that joint is hard. It's a lot of underground music too that I listen to, but All Eyes on Me. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
Certified.
But most of the music I listen to is underground shit that, you know, a lot of people probably ain't never heard. That's really what I rock with.
Okay.
I really rock with them dudes up out of Akron, Ohio, real tough. Al Pacino, them crew, Shay Dollar. I don't know if you up on them.
I think I know who you talking about. I can't think of who it is, but yeah, but in Ohio there's a few core groups.
Them dudes is really lyrically. Them dudes is really hard. They talk about a lot of street shit, you know, but lyrically they
did some
tough.
shit with Griselda, right?
They might have.
To
me, they remind me a lot of a Griselda type of crew.
Yeah.
But they from Akron, but they got more of a West Coast type of flavor. But they lyrical damn near like East Coast niggas though.
Yeah.
You know, they spit like a motherfucker, but they subject matter is West Coast mob shit. The beats is mob shit, but lyrically, man, they
that's a great contradiction. Right?
Yeah.
See, man, this is what 2020 holds, or 2021 hold for us, man, the fusion of the East and West Coast. Yeah. Last day, because you was around and you was active back then. Who did you side with, Pac or Biggie? East or West? Bad Boy Death Row?
I never got into none of that, because I don't like when people pit us against each other.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with both of them. You know what I'm saying?
You already had that mindset even back then.
Okay. I didn't even like all that West Coast, East Coast beef shit. And you can't say which one of them brothers is better than the next, you know what I'm saying? Because they both good at what they do.
Yeah.
Facts, you know, and they totally different, you know, rappers, you know. But I listened to Pac probably more. I listened to Pac's music more. Pac's music probably resonated with me a lot more. Yeah. But I fucked with Biggie too, you know, so I just stayed out of that, you know what I'm saying?
He said, oh, well, no parts, I love both of these niggas. All right, man, but that's all I got for you right now, man. Is there anything that, you know, you want to say or let us know where to find you at or anything?
Man, I'm on all digital platforms, man. You know, look for me.
Album is out already by the time that y'all see this, probably. What, we got 2 days? Yeah,
on
man.
The 20th. Album dropping. So, by the time this is out, it'll already be out.
Yeah. How does it feel to have another one out, man?
Man, I feel real good about it. I feel good at how fast this one came to me. You know what I'm saying? Because usually shit don't come to me that fast. I had to sit on it for a minute, think about it. But man, this shit was just coming.
Man,
it was coming.
That just means it was a story that you were eager to tell.
Yeah.
And, you know, you seen a void for it.
Yeah.
So, you know, you had to fill that void, man.
And now I feel like I really gotta, you know, sit on this one and let it do what it do for a minute, because right now I feel like I got writer's block. I ain't wrote no music in a while, you know.
You know what though? That's probably good, man, because you got a solid project. Now it's just time to package it in the right way and, you know, just live with it for a minute.
Exactly.
Let us live with it, and, you know, man.
Exactly.
And it's going to do what it's supposed to do in due time.
Right. Because I double right back from the last album. The last album, that motherfucker's still fairly new.
Yeah. Well, because that came out 2019 or something like that? Or
was it 2020?
It was either end of 19 or top of 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
And shit, it's still...
So you came right back with another one there. Okay.
So I really can just push both of them together. And they both going to complement each other. You can listen to that last one and then listen to this one, and it's going to take you on a journey, and you will see the elevation.
Okay.
You will see
dope. Yeah. That's good, man. But look, I'm excited for you, man. I'm proud of you, man. And I can't wait to listen to it again. You know what? I can't wait to see how it's received.
Right.
I can't wait to see the responses to it, man, because it's great content that everybody needs to hear.
Exactly.
So I'm ready to see how they respond to it, man. I'm gonna do whatever I can to push it out with you, man.
Man, I appreciat it, man.
I appreciate you,
when you gonna drop that shit you got? When you gonna drop that heat you got, man?
We ain't talking about that.
Quit bullshit, man.
We ain't talking about that.
Yeah, all right, I'm gonna let you make
that
it.
joint coming soon, man. That joint coming soon. I think it was that same day that I had played that joint for you. I think I did another joint like right after you had left or something like that or whatever.
Oh,
man.
you recorded one?
Yeah. Man, we got some good stuff coming, bro. We got some good stuff coming. So.
Man, the town is active, man. You know, the town is active. I'm proud of the town, man. I love how the town is moving right now, man. You know, it's a lot of support around here. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can tell, you know, the town is ready. We ready,
I think, man, look, you know, like, and that's why, like, I asked you about the history, you know, because, like I said, we don't know where we're going until we know where we've been and where we went wrong and everything that we've lacked. And I feel like we got everything that we need. We got powerful producers, we got great engineers, we got lyricists, we got amazing stage presence, we got great singer-songwriters, we got, the media outlets. Man, so big shout out to Wichita, Kansas, man, because everybody out here is grinding, really working and great, man. I'm proud of y'all.
And it was a time when motherfuckers in the town didn't take people in the town serious. For some reason, I don't know why, but now you know people really rock with hometown shit. Yeah,
you know what? I think it's because like we didn't have social media at one point, so it's like we only see these mainstream artists, and like nobody here makes music on Drake's level or on Kanye's level, or you know, like all of these big name artists level. But our introduction to social media really showed us like, yo, they listening to some trash out in Atlanta.
Yeah, or you see,
let me send this out there, you know.
Right, and see, you know, with me being in that federal system, and I was around motherfuckers from everywhere, all over the world. And, you know, I seen a long time ago that, man, these motherfuckers ain't no sharper or bigger than we are.
At all.
You know, for real, we run circles around motherfuckers with this game we got. You know what I'm saying? And I think people finally starting to see that, like people getting out of that groupie mentality and starting to see even celebrities for who they are. Like, man, they ain't no bigger than who you are. You know what I'm saying?
I've met a few, you know, like I've met quite a few celebrities who have like been very humble.
Right.
Been very humble. I tell them where I'm from. There's actually been one artist who was like, yo, that's my favorite city to go to on tour and yada 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 and all of this other shit, man. It's just like, you know, like it was very humbling though. It was very humbling. So I just hope that we can keep it pushing, keep the ball rolling like how it's rolling right now, man. Because like you said, we got a lot of great work out here.
It's our turn, man. It's our turn. It's on. Watch.
We up.
Yes,
all
sir.
Right, man. Look, we out of here. That was a good, man, very great interview with my guy Bo Peep, man. He got the album out now, Brotherhood. What's the name of your last album?
Just Another Part of Me.
Just Another Part of Me. All right, so do this. Listen to Just Another Part of Me, and then let that joint transition into Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And then let us know what you think. I promise you that you're going to fall in love with it.
Yes, sir.
Man, so look, I appreciate your time, brother, man.
Man, thanks for having me, my guy.
Man, it's all love, bro. Until next time.
Peace.
SC Trill, man, you already know the deal.
Yeah. Let me talk to you for a minute. Hey. Excuse me. Come here for a minute. Come here real quick. Yeah. I see you. Y'all at you real fast. Yo, if you don't have any plans this weekend, I'm thinking we should link up. I got some good smoke and some bottles we could drink up.